have a nursery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a nursery over there, although they didn't have any
kids,
children.
no little ones.
So, Dottie would take Laura to church with her
And I had
and
to
take her
go
back
see-
to the nursery, and half of the old ladies in the church would come back there and sit in the nursery and play with the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she'd go sing in
So
the
you
choir.
went on a cruise?
Huh? Went on a cruise, had a baby, got back.
That's classic. That's classic.
You didn't know that about
No,
your
I
mother?
never heard that one.
Dottie, where have you been?
I stay up there in Pittsburgh and said, whatever you want to do, Mom. When she came to me and said, I've got a boyfriend, I was like, okay. She said, he's a pilot. I was like, okay.
I love the comment after she told her that, as Lynn's comment was. She said, he's a pilot, he could be a serial killer.
Yeah.
And still like him.
Yeah, I remember when I got up,
Yeah.
flew up.
We were at the Olive Garden, I think, when you told us. We went out to eat at the Olive Garden.
Yeah.
I remember that trip,
I
because
said
I met her.
I said, no, I had something to tell you.
Mm.
She came back from off that trip, and I met her at the airport and picked her up. We started home, and she says, this is not the way
It was
home.
after the part.
She said, this is not the way home. I said, who said we were going home? So we went out to Mamma Mia's
Yeah, it was
and sit there. They had a piano bar, a
wonderful.
cocktail lounge, and we had the drinks, and then I had Italian dinner, and then I took her home.
Oh.
I kept her off balance as much as I could.
Stupid.
It's the way to do it.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, Laura and Dottie's baby. We were sitting there in the hospital hallway that night when I heard her first cry. Dottie said, I think we have a baby.
Yeah, we were,
And we went
we
in
were
there
in
and
bed and it was 12 o'clock or something. 12 o'clock when we had to get out of bed and go to the...
Well, that was that morning. Kitty called, her water broke, and she's there, and they called, and we went in, and nothing's going to happen. We came home, went back up, and she delivered about 7 o'clock that evening. And then about dinner time, we were up there, and then they moved her up to neonatal. So the next day we went in there, and, oh, who are you? Oh, we're the grandparents. Oh, well, okay, grandparents can come in and see. So Dottie was signed in as a grandparent from day one.
Yeah.
Grandmother.
That's right.
Only grandmother she ever knew.
That's it.
On this side of the family.
Yeah,
Took good care of her.
yeah.
Good care of her.
But I'd like to show you some of her little, you know, when she was little.
Pictures.
With pictures.
No, yeah. I've seen that one.
You've seen some.
Yeah. Well, right there. The one on the left side there with the bow in her hair.
That was a cute picture of her, and Evan had that made and surprised her mother for Christmas of that one year.
That's when Evan had all the
And you can
pearls.
see the similarity.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kitty's a beautiful girl.
And I want to show
But she
you.
still has a good spirit. That's the 90. This whole thing has brought her through this. She never got down.
Yeah.
She felt bad. She'd talk, just sometimes I talk to her and like she says, I'm more than tired and this thing, but she never let it conquer her.
Every morning I pray.
And
Well-
she sit there and fight it every day, just like she said. I had 5 days and she's only got 2 more days of chemo after spring break.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all they can do. It's in God's hands now.
You know, we've had that
Clock.
clock. Sue and Mavis gave us that app when we were up in
In O'Hara.
O'Hara.
Mhm.
Yeah. Still goes just great.
Does it?
Works out. What I was going to say to you. Oh, I would like, if we have some time, to show you our pictures of me being mama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not tonight, but
We'd wake up and Lauren would be in her
Well, she was in the guest room in her bed, and we had a
I took video. You can hear it later.
intercom between her on her bed and in our bedroom, so when she woke up, we could hear her.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd wake up in the morning and she'd lay there and just coo and sing, and then she never.
Talking about Lauren, you should hear her. They were talking to her on the phone. She's so sweet, little 16 years old, but they still like Heather Kungle the way they're still so young. I mean, even at 16, where they try to be so grown up, they still sound like little tiny children.
Well, like I say, she done great. It's her 15th year was hell,
Yeah.
but we'll see. Like I say, she's going out there in California while Kitty's in Oxford, in England.
Mm-hmm.
she's going in March,
Spring break
spring break.
to California with her best friend.
When her mother
Mike's
goes to England.
flying them out there. Like I say, Mike has to been 8 miles.
Is he still flying so much? Is he still flying so much?
Oh yeah, he was gone last week or so. He works it in there. Luckily, he's been able to work 90% of his time virtual.
Oh,
And when Lauren's up in the hospital for chemo that week, he spends most of the day up there with her, and he takes his laptop and works up there.
yeah.
But occasionally they got problems and he has to hit the road, and he was on the road last week back. But the company had been very good with him, not sending him on a lot of trips during all of this mess.
That's good. That's
But
good.
he still has a ton of mileage.
Yeah.
Well, now,
Well, he's usually a platinum by March or April of every year.
Wow.
but honey,
It's a lot of flying.
let's see. When she goes
A lot of
out
plane
there
rides.
for California, when Kitty's gone, is her friend going with her?
No,
I
it'd
didn't
just be
think so.
her out there with her dad and them.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Mike, they got this, just let Shelby go with her after this, because they wanted her, someone traveling with her.
Yeah, well, it's her partner in this project too, right?
And
I
then
forgot to ask her, I don't know if she wear those spooky wigs yet.
the what?
Her spooky wigs.
Oh,
I was teasing her, I went into the
well, no.
game room and they were on a head, and then it looked like a couple of spooks. And I said, those spooks
creepy.
up there, and they go, they are spooky.
Is she
aren't they?"
is she still completely bald?
Yeah.
God.
And it doesn't bother her. She has a one cap she loves. It looks like a tiger skin hat.
Yeah.
She wears it all the time.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
she, I don't know where you read her Caring Grace messages. She had the one there where they had the cheerleaders dinner at school and all of that. And she says, well, that was her last because she can't be a cheerleader next year, but she'll get on with my life. Like I say, she's had a tremendous attitude. 90% of the game.
Yeah.
Better believe it. That's all. That's the major thing is your attitude, your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I left to call her up and tease her anyway.
It just sounded great when she heard your voice and the way she reacted to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, the dishes are done and I'm going to bed.
Going to bed.
Well, it's only 9:45.
Well, I do whatever, dinner or whatever, when we have,
Mm-hmm.
like when he played the piano, and then we're sitting down here, and then they have a bar, you know, so, and down comes, one of the men that would bring her down, an elderly lady. Remember that, honey? The elderly lady, old lady that came down, and she was in that
Penthouse.
it's as big as this thing, and you know she had everybody.
That was on the
It was a cruise,
Amazon cruise,
was it?
because we had the boys choir from South Carolina or North Carolina College
When she
on board, and when we had the party for the people, you know, the Crystal Society, they call it. They honored her, and she was sitting there, and these boys come up there, you know, all 20-somethings in college, and they knelt down in front of her and sang to her. It was beautiful.
I don't think that's what I think that other one was just some elderly lady that had that whole thing.
Well, there's been some we've been on cruises that I don't think they ever left the ship.
Well, way up there.
One of the cruisers, they had a bunch of the penthouses open, so they give us a tour
Well,
of
that's-
the penthouses.
That was Crystal. I don't remember yeah, Crystal. And I mean, it's
We went
as
into
big as.
Try to get you upgrade next cruise.
we went into one that had a round dining table in it, a complete living room, a
Bedrooms.
bedroom with a big round bed, and private bath.
That's living it up.
On a boat, yeah.
But
Now
that
you can
that
spend some
other
money.
woman- That other woman, she had like 100 trips or something.
But the point is, when you're on the ship, mingling with the passengers and dining and all that, you have no idea whether they're in, as Sherm would say, storage or a penthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's equal.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you leave the cabin, it's all general.
God, so
Everything is there.
That's great.
yeah.
Everybody enjoys
So
the
nobody,
same thing.
there's no class,
No
class
class.
envy, and
No.
not like the Titanic.
I like the Titanic.
When they closed the gates and drowned you people in storage.
Yeah, that's people. Thanks, Bob.
Oh, they have more fun down there.
Matter of fact,
Yeah,
the
he
first one
did.
we went on, when Dottie and I went, we had this nice cabin on the boat deck, which we had a bedroom and there's curtains you could pull across, but we had a big area for makeup, lounge, chairs, sit there.
Who are you talking about now?
The first cruise we went on,
Oh,
and
Oh, yeah.
Sherm,
when we weren't
he was down in
married.
storage. And
You
he came
didn't
up,
sleep in the same bed, certainly.
Listen,
oh, exactly that story.
yeah, Holland America, they had a big room for us. Oh,
The beds on all the ships,
and it wasn't that far up.
they're usually what I call twins. And that's where the room's set up. But if you go on a twin and you want one bed, all they do is move it together and have it fixed where it's one big king bed. So we got on board the ship on the Nordam on our first cruise, and we had twin beds. Beds. So I went out there and I got a hold of our steward, and I says, Senora does not like two beds, she wants one bed. He looked at me and he says, you're a naughty boy.
Yeah. See, now, they have Mexicans. Now, what
They were Filipinos.
or Filipinos. Now, what does the
Crystal has mid-Europeans.
yeah,
Holland American has Filipinos and Indonesians
Yeah.
that work the ship for passengers.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that was funny.
Wow.
But tell them
Imagine the training class for that.
side of that. Tell them how big that room was.
Oh, it was a
And,
huge
You know, it
room.
wasn't that expensive.
Sherm came up there and he said, oh, whew. It was a big king size room. His bigger than our bedroom
Wow. Good size
and
bedroom.
bath.
And what was in it? Because you had a living room with
Mhm.
things, and you had.
That was the first cruise you were on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Describe.
But I thought that was so funny when that Filipino came back to me and said, "Senor, you're a dirty old man."
And he was.
He still is.
Yeah.
He not was.
Oh no.
We've had a lot of fun on cruises.
Bob, describe our room, honey.
Oh yeah, oh that one?
Yeah.
I just did. It had of course, it's a big king size bed,
Yeah.
and you had curtains that you could pull across the end.
Make a
And
living.
the other way, it made a living room, and where we had a bar and everything in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And, you know, place.
They don't make 'em like that
clothes
anymore.
and everything. Oh.
But
And we didn't have any, we could look right out on it.
Mhm.
No.
it's called a boat deck, and we could look right out underneath the lifeboat and see the ocean.
Yes.
Ooh,
We had a
lifeboat.
big window right above our headboard.
Yeah,
Mm.
so you can look right out on
No
it.
kidding.
Almost every one that we've been on, we've had we could see the deck. Crystal, you're out there, you can get out on your, what do you call it, honey?
You have a patio? or
Veranda.
something? Oh, that
The
veranda.
yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Oh yeah, we left.
Wow.
What cruise? I don't know where we was going. We left Fort
I
Lauderdale.
think we should just take them on one.
There you go.
Soon as
We'll
I
buy.
win- soon as I
Your
win the lottery.
We'll buy. Hey, I got a lot of earning potential left in my life. So.
We boarded the ship. That was out of Fort Lauderdale. I don't know where the hell we were going, but we sailed at dark after sunset, and we come up the channel out of Fort Lauderdale, and we were sitting on our veranda as the ship turned and go out channel into the ocean. Here's all these condos and all this, and they were playing music, and all these guys in the condos waving at us and having a ball.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's when we went to where our first stop was in the Bahamas. I think that's when we were on the Western Dam with the 49C class. Oh, I can remember almost everyone. I love cruises. If I win the money, I'll probably just buy me a condo on one of them and see y'all later.
Get the penthouse.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a trip.
But
What time is it?
now they don't let you go
9
on.
o'clock.
9
You
o'clock.
used to, when we first started, you could always have a tour of the bridge, so you could see how the ship operated. Of course, now you can't get near the damn thing.
Why is that?
Terror!
Oh,
Yeah.
for God's sakes. That'd be a slow terror ship.
Well, and we have,
Oh, when you go aboard the ship now, they have the same thing the airport has.
Really?
Your baggage goes through X-rays, and you go through their beep beep, and
it's a shame.
then they have it. And after that, when you come aboard the ship, you have a card that unlocks your door and all that. And you put the card in, and it flashes up on the screen, and the guy can look at it, and there's your picture, and he can look at you. She can't take your card and go on board.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, honey,
well, that's true. I mean, if you're stopping in ports all over the,
Oh,
Caribbean.
they're high, they got a high security.
yeah, you gotta be careful who slips in.
when we went, the cruise we took and we went to Acapulco, through Acapulco, remember?
Well, we flew down to Acapulco one and boarded the ship, and we come back to Acapulco on another cruise. Which one you were talking about?
I don't know, but we were in Acapulco, where the.
Oh, we went and watched the guys dive off the cliff.
Oh, yeah, cliff
Yeah,
diving.
that's when I bought your Spanish
Now they're
jewelry for
killing
you.
them,
Well,
killing everybody.
yeah,
Oh yeah, that's when we stopped. That's one we was
They
going
better
up
get that
to
stuff
round
under
up
control.
in Los Angeles. because we stopped in Acapulco and we had lunch and sit there on the veranda watching the guys jump in the water like idiots. And then we went to the silver shop when I got that
That was
silver
in
stuff for you.
Mexico, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, one
And
I
then we
showed
went
you.
from there and we didn't stop till we got on up to San Francisco. But I got pictures of us on the aft deck and Baja, California in the background.
Oh, it's a shame the way life is here now.
We've had a lot of fun.
I'm glad we had it when we did.
We'll do it again. One more time. Is that what Count Basie
If
says?
we don't go to some place where they're gonna shoot you.
No.
Oh, no.
You know the song. One
Caribbean.
more time.
The Caribbean's still safe.
Is that the place that Count Basie said? One more time? Or play it again or something like that. One more time.
Oh, yeah. I have it on one of my,
Play it again, Sam. Or something.
Well, it's like I say, because I don't fly unless I go first class. I'm not going to be cattle card anymore.
It was funny getting on the plane, the MD-80, when we were the first plane we got on in Pittsburgh. We're walking through. Oh, this is looking good. And then all of a sudden you shift, and then you're back in the cattle. You know, there's 3 and 2, and you're like, oh, and everybody's looking at you like,
yeah.
all right, where are you going?
And they
But up front, those first 5 or 10 rows are like,
Oh, yeah. Well, we got
Kitty
to
and
do,
Mike spoiled us.
yeah.
we got to do that twice, didn't we?
What?
Get the high, what do you call
First class?
First class.
it? First class.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've gone several times on first
Well,
class.
not more than twice, I don't think.
Well, every time we went to California, we were on first class because first tickets that Mike sent us, Kitty, and I told you, I says, Kitty's up to no good. Because she says when you get to the airport, don't worry about checking in there. Go up to the counter of frequent flyers or the platinum bunch, priority.
Yeah.
Well, Mike was traveling so damn much, he had so damn many miles. And I sat there dirty, I says, they got first class tickets for us. And I went up there and sure enough, it was reservations. I checked in. Oh, here's your tickets, first class. We went to California and back first class. I said, that's it.
Is that when we went to stay with the kids?
Hmm?
We were to stay with the kids?
Mm-hmm. When Kitty wanted us to come out and babysit, they shipped us first class.
Smart girl. Wonder
I
where she
said,
got it.
Daddy don't travel. Nah, you want me to babysit? I'm expensive.
Way to grease you up.
And then we upgraded on one. We went out on one. I was so damn mad. I got there, and I picked up the phone, and I called American, and I said, I want to upgrade. Going back, I want first class. Oh, yes, sir. We had a lot of miles ourselves at that time, because we were doing a lot of flying.
Yeah, twice I think we had.
Yeah.
Twice we were right there.
Ah, that's what we were.
Now, you're not supposed, didn't you hear what Mike said
Yeah.
yesterday?
Yeah.
We're better than you.
Oh, well, you cruise and you go in first class, so I have no.
You're like Sharon, you go storage.
Oh, sure.
Bless his heart.
He made his impact on the world.
Yeah. He made his impact on me. We had a good time, and we were just reminiscing about the sailing trip. Whenever Bob and I and Sharon went sailing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hungry, so we had steak sandwiches and beer.
And beer.
Oh,
And I learned how to sail. That's the first time I ever sailed.
I tell you, I miss that. That's one guy I really miss. He was just easy going, never worried about a damn thing.
What was his background? What was Sherman's
He was
background?
his career was a U.S. park ranger.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
was he
He
in the
was superintendent
military?
of parks. Huh?
Was he ever in the military?
No. Not that I know of, but he might have. Yes, he was. He was in the military in World War II because he was on a Navy, he was in the Navy, I think, and they had a crash landing at sea, and he was a seaboard, and that's why he wouldn't sit on the starboard side of an airplane.
Oh,
He'd always sit on the port side,
so he was.
because in that crash, he was on the starboard side, and they survived it, they were picked up.
I'll be done.
But he was that, and he was a historian for the Park Service,
Yeah.
and mainly the Revolutionary War. And he taught Revolutionary War history in Chicago after he retired from the Park Service, or during the Park Service, I guess. I don't know. He was a highly educated person, and you get down to it, but he just didn't give a damn. I liked his attitude.
He had a good personality.
I liked his attitude.
You can be extremely smart and educated, but if you don't have a great personality, you're.
But he had a tremendous love of booze.
Who?
Don't we all?
Sure.
No, not like Sherm. What was it that he always drank?
I don't remember.
Oh, you do too. We go up and to this. Sometimes you go up to the
Club.
club, and you have one of those.
Drambuie.
No,
Refresh my memory.
when you go up to the club
Okay.
in the evening evening, you always want to have one of those first before we have some wine.
Oh, you talking about drinks?
Yes,
Oh, well, why'd you say? Sure. Sure, I'm like vodka martinis.
martinis. And remember the one?
He couldn't drink gin martinis because it made his balls swell.
His what?
He was allergic to Jupiter. Jupiter, and it made his balls swell.
Where's
So he drank vodka.
Get back
I
here.
never heard about that.
Get back here.
You told me that last night.
I know, we heard it.
I never heard that.
He was always talking about that. I couldn't have gin makes my balls swell.
Yeah. Likely story.
I knew he was real.
Told you Sherman was a guy.
You need to get out more, Mom.
Oh, I know what you were saying. That was nothing, but he did it. I didn't know anything. I know where the balls are, but I didn't know he had problems.
Sounds like a
I
personal
didn't know he
issue.
had problems with them.
Sounds like a personal problem.
But then,
It's like Wayne used to say, it's balls. If I had a set, I'd be king.
but when we had Meadow Lakes, when we could go out in the evening, you know, and have dinner and dance and all that, and we had the man that played the music,
Doug.
huh?
Doug.
Yeah, and we could dance and all that. And one time we went, and that's when Sherm, we were dancing, we come back and Sherm is,
He was passed out.
he's just on here like this.
Oh, he passed out the table one time.
He wasn't passed out, his balls were just swollen.
How about the first time?
And they'd get up and dance, and Joyce and them and Doug and Jitterbug, and Sherman would stand in one part and bounce back and forth. Joyce would go around him like a
He was one in a million. million.
Yeah.
Nothing bothered, sir. He could care less.
Honey, how about the first time we went down to,
The beach?
no, to go down for, I don't know whether it was for, let's see, a Christmas, and then what's coming after that?
New Year's.
New Year's.
New Year's? Did we go to New Year's with
They went to the first dance we went at
the
Fredericksburg,
first
New
dance?
Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah. So tell them. With Chan.
We had stepped off from our rooms to the ballroom and back, and Sherm says, "It's not that far, I can crawl home."
But yeah, you had to kind of hang on to him to get back.
Oh, yeah, he was. Sherm loved his booze.
And that was a time, now they don't have anything like that, because they made a bigger place. But that was our first time, and tell them about
Well, they had this counter at the one end of the ballroom. It wasn't this
it was
large, and it was nothing but hors d'oeuvres. And they had a free bar that night,
free, anything,
open bar.
Oops.
the best you could
And
have.
we had a ball, and then at midnight they had a breakfast buffet. You go out and had scrambled eggs or
Yeah.
omelets or whatever you
They
wanted,
still
and
do.
then you went home. It was a great party.
Yeah, but the fact that was all, you didn't pay for it.
Well, they didn't have that
Oh,
many
good.
people at that time.
Now you pay everything.
But
That was down in Fredericksburg.
But we,
the
It
never
was
fear,
close.
Sherm was near.
oh, it was funny.
How old was he when he died?
Hmm?
How old was he?
Sherm was 6 years older than I am.
And he drank too much.
Don't we all?
I
He
met
died
him.
at 77.
We drink way more than our doctors want us to drink. I guarantee you.
Oh, don't do that. I don't tell my doctor.
Yeah,
everything
except for
anymore.
Lynn.
It's none of his damn business.
Well, I first met him.
You gotta get off that Coke.
Coke? Oh, Coke. That's
I-
cocaine.
Bob, I don't think I knew you at that time.
Hmm?
I think I went over to your church for some little dinner or something,
I don't know. You might have.
and he comes in, and boy, you could tell he for dinner at the church, you know.
Never fear, Sherm is
He
near.
had his,
Oh, he was a great prophet. It was sad though when he furnished his first little stroke. That his golf game got into hell, and he really bitched about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he kept struggling.
Wow.
Oh, the times we
You
can
want
talk
to
about.
call Lauren?
Hmm?
You want to call Lauren? It's only
9 o'clock, quarter after 9.
Yeah, just after 9.
We can call her.
Let's go.
I'm gonna have a quick cigarette.
I'll have it go funny quickly.
I had a young buck second instructor one time out there. Second lieutenant, thought he was a God's gift to play. Well, he get into rat races, and he was, really SOB. Well, he was always picking on me, and he pissed me off. So we got in a rat race one day. 4 aircraft rat race. And I pulled
Wanna
up.
grab her for the corn cooking, or we got a little bit to wait?
Whatever, and so I got right up his. I mean, I was right underneath him where he couldn't see me,
No.
and every time he moved, I mean, he couldn't get away from me. It's just like flying one airplane then. And he got back on the ground. He said, "Well, where are you in this fact?" And the other 2 cadets who were flying wing, and also he said, "It's lucky you didn't cut your damn tail off with a prop." Never got any more smart remarks
There you
on
go.
that bastard.
You could fly.
he wants me to get on his butt, I'll get on his butt.
What was the biggest change for you? I mean, when you went from civilian flying, learning to fly, getting in the military, when was the biggest jump for you? I mean, was it?
Well, there was really, well, the biggest jump is that the military uses an aircraft for a machine. Civilians use an aircraft as a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said, they didn't teach you aerobatics and spin controls and everything. I mean, even when I took light aviation flying, man, that was one of the first things that we took in the old J3, go out there and do spin controls, barrel rolls, slow rolls, snap rolls, loops, the whole damn thing. That was part of the program.
Yeah.
Well, the military, they just emphasizes more of it.
Yeah.
And if you're flying fighters and things, you're flying formations. I mean, you got to be precision. I mean, he moves an inch, you move an inch. And we did the same thing in C-130s, C-119s, and formation flying. Man, you're together.
Yeah.
It's like a dance, a waltz.
Yeah.
He's the lead, you're following. And I don't know, it's just...
Did they call it out in the big planes when they were, moving? When they would bank, would they call it out to you? And
No,
you
they didn't call nothing, they just turned.
You just follow their
You're
lead.
flying formation.
Yeah.
Radio silence. I mean, precision flying.
Yeah.
That's where you get to precision flying. I remember one day I got, it's hilarious. These are my advanced years of flying. I just finished an check ride. We were up at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, finishing up the last thing and pulled back up to altitude, going home, back up to Smyrna, about 100 miles away. And the examiner said, okay, relax. You can come out from under the hood and all that stuff. Man, I had been flying precision so long, I couldn't even keep that goddamn airplane in the air. Altitude going to hell up there.
Yeah.
I said, I gotta settle down here. Go back on instruments. It's easier to fly the airplane.
Yeah.
I'm an instrument man.
Yeah.
And I almost flunked out of instruments in basic training. My instructor couldn't figure out why I couldn't get through that box they had down there we flew around in instruments.
Was it the original trainers they used?
Yeah, that was by the old trainer. What was it? What did they call those damn things?
Yeah, I remember.
Looked like a little miniature airplane,
Yeah.
and you had a hood over and you flew instruments in it, and they're all bouncing around. It was the first simulator type things.
Yeah, I've seen it.
My God, after we finished that, we got into simulators like on the 130. My God, they could simulate anything. Fire in the cockpit. All of a sudden you'd be flying along and smoke would just fill up the goddamn place.
No thing.
Huh?
No kidding.
Actual smoke, you know. Where's my oxygen mask?
Wow.
Let's go in there and get these girls straightened
All
out
right.
before they screw everything up. Is this salt? Take that for the trash.
I will.